Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Adobe Live. Thank you so much for joining us today for Feature Friday, I believe is what we're calling it. This is a really cool new thing that we're starting over here where we're going to be featuring some new features of, I've said feature like 4 times now, which is really funny. Some features of different programs, doing some really cool stuff. And I'm happy to introduce Mandy, who's kicking off this Feature Friday with us. Mandy, welcome to Adobe Live.
Hi.
Welcome back, I should say.
Thank you. Yeah, back, I guess. I'm here every now and again. Hard to get rid of me.
Yeah, we from if it's any judgment from the last stream that I saw you, I think people are very excited to have you back. But for people that may not be familiar with who you are, do you mind like kind of giving an intro, letting us know who you are?
Yeah, I'm a director and I own a video editing company based in London. We specialize in digital branded commercial and creators, basically. So we make a lot of that. We just came off Tom Scott's new series, which is 41 episodes, and those are doing really well. They're cracking a million almost every week.
Whoa.
Love that. Yeah, no, they're doing really well.
That's crazy. We love big numbers. That's so sick. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, I will say today is a really exciting, jam-packed day. Make sure if you want to follow along or if you want to try any of the features yourself, we've got some links down below for not only the Firefly Boards, but also for you to try Premiere yourself, because we're going to be working in some fun stuff today. I don't want to steal your spotlight, Mandy. So if you're okay with it, I'm just going to switch over to our screen and you can kind of let us know what we're doing today. Does that sound cool?
Yeah, no problem.
Sick.
I'm happy to do that.
I'm passing the baton off.
Thank you for the baton. Well, we're going to be exploring color mode today. It is a brand new feature. It's been out for a couple of weeks now, was announced at NAB. It is in Premiere Beta. So it's in public beta. You can play with it now. Hopefully comes to ship soon at some point. Yes. But it's really fun. It's a complete redesign of color grading in Premiere, basically. I would say it's not even an upgrade. It's like we now have a color grading space.
Yeah, it's pretty huge. And I will say, as someone that is a color, not, what's the word? I'm not very good with colors is what I'm trying to say. This is a dream. I do too. I love it, but I'm terrible with it. So
I don't know what it's like. For me, it's like my favorite part, because it's like when you paint a wall and you can instantly see it slowly get better.
Yes.
Like you're like, oh, okay, it's the first layer is a bit patchy, but it's got paint on it. Whereas like when you do anything else like video editing, it takes a while to rebuild. It's suddenly like it's bad. Oh, it's good.
It's very very satisfying. And I just want to call out some people in chat as well. We have Neil over on Behance saying good evening from Scotland. We've got some evening time. We've got Sean popping in, and Young Palace. Thank you for tuning in on your evening, morning, afternoon. It's the morning for me, so I forgot to make the coffee prior to the stream, but hey, that means it's gonna hit harder after the fact. So
nice. I can't drink coffee now. It's like 6 p.m. here.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's perfect time.
I won't sleep.
Yeah, fair. Absolutely. Well, I see that we have kind of like a pretty cut up timeline already. It's this project from past, something we prepped.
So this is something this is a V1 of something I literally have to talk to a client about this evening.
Nice.
So basically I'm working with a comedy director and educator called Deck Monroe. He founded the Bill Murray, which is one of the big comedy clubs in the UK, in London in particular. It's very cool. And I have been working with them on redesigning his trailers and little social bits for his courses. This one focuses on a man named Vishen. I forget his surname, unfortunately. I'm not great with names. I'm not great with faces. So I'm a pleasure to meet, because I will keep asking you who you are when we meet.
Hey,
and it will slowly start getting offensive.
We love honesty, right?
And legitimately recently I was in a bar and I was stood next to someone like, man, they look familiar. Great hair though. And then I realized it's one of my close friends. They just have grown their hair out since I last saw them.
That's
and I've only spoken to them like on Instagram and stuff.
That's so
and I was like, I'm so sorry you changed your hair and now I don't know who you are anymore.
Yeah. It's identity. It's like when Superman puts on his hat and his glasses, you know?
I get it with the glasses now. I always used to make fun of that. But like, you know what? I'm the exact person that will be like, that's a different man.
Yeah. I get it. I'm the same. I'm the same.
Anyway, this project is one I've been working on. It's quite a tricky with color because when I was filming it, it was kind of shot documentary style. I only had 2 minutes to set up the interview setup because it's a live course.
Jeez.
And they were like, do you mind if we do an interview? I'm like, sure. Whacked my camera on a monopod, put up a couple of like aperture MCs, and that's kind of all I got as notice. And then we had the room lights, which were a mix of like tungsten and then show pink and purple lights.
Okay.
So it's a proper like comedy club room,
Yeah.
dingy looking pub, but like it's one of the big rooms.
Yeah.
So this is 60 seconds of an interview of Vishen kind of doing a testimonial for Deck, because one of the ways he wants to pivot this is to kind of get educators who make, I don't know, 50K on stage coming in and be like, how do I make this more fun?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
And give Deck money.
Yeah. Listen, we love when our artists and our workers get paid. You know what I mean? So
exactly,
we love
and
it.
he works with some huge actors. He works with like top TV talent. I think he's been working, I might be wrong, with a couple of UK SNL people.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
so like
deal.
he knows his stuff. He's great. So that's the timeline we're in, and we're in Premiere Beta. So if this looks a little bit different, this is because this is Premiere Beta. You'll notice at the top corner up here, if I can draw, where's my drawing bit? I've forgotten the drawing pencil. It's up here. There we go.
There we go.
You've got the new import, edit, and color. And that color is its entire space, because remember, this isn't just like Lumetri, which isn't in this really anymore. It is a legacy effect. I'm sure if you go to the effect controls you can find it. In fact, I know you definitely can, because this originally had Lumetri on it. But what they have done now is if you go to the properties panel, there we go. That's what I was looking for. My squiggles. Love that for me. So the properties panel here.
Yeah.
It's just nice for me. You'll scroll down and you'll see there's this color adjust, and this is not Lumetri. This is just when you're in your edit thing and you want to make a quick and dirty tweak, as it were, like run and gun. You can do that, and it will affect as well. It talks to the color panel now, so this is not Lumetri, but there's like a very limited set of color controls you can quickly dip into. Needs must.
So things are kind of linked together in a bit of a different way. That is meant to make things a little more streamlined.
And I'm going to say, like, if this seems like, when we go to the color panel, I'm going to click on it now. So jump scare. If this seems like a big, I feel overwhelmed and scary, I promise you it's actually quite easy to get to grips with. Like, I also have been editing for years, a big editing change. Like, I was there when like Final Cut changed stuff, and that messed the industry up quite a big time.
Yeah.
Like, big change is always really scary, but actually once you start using it, you're like, oh, this is actually letting me do everything I always wanted to do and I couldn't do in the Lumetri, and I love that.
That's the beauty of Adobe products, generally speaking, too, is like, I always warn people, it's like, hey, Adobe, literally the most powerful program in the world. However, you gotta learn on the fly. You gotta adapt, because they change stuff, and not in a bad way. I think they try to improve, of course, but things change all the time.
I think especially the last 5-6 years, where Premiere's really come into its own in the space, and it's got a lot of great features. A lot of others haven't kept up with it, and like it was also one of the main, if not like NLEs in the industry, and there's only a couple. So
I think so. Anyway. Like I even know or work in the film industry. I don't.
And I too, with all the illustration stuff, you can name everything there. But essentially, this is the new panel. I've even adjusted it. This is actually a workspace I made in it called, I think, Mandy Color, because
great.
It's just what I use. But I'll show you what the essentials, what you would come into looks like. And we can use this today, actually. I'm just going to make this bigger because I like to see more clips. You can drag and drop and move things as with any other panel. You can make things really big. You can make things really small. That's too small.
And we can already kind of see those like those harsh, I say harsh, but using that word sparingly, those colors, like those harsh colors of like those blues and purples, and like,
believe it or not, I think this might even be the corrected one. Let me go into the edit panel again. I have two, because I have one, if you knew Blue Peter, you'd be like, and here's one I made earlier. But if I go into the color window now and I can see that, is that the sequence? Yes. So like you can see how yellow and harsh the
Yes.
pinks were here. This is so
Yes.
much worse. The before, that was me unifying.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, honestly, it does make a huge difference looking at it comparatively too, right? It feels very like grounded. Everything's kind of back to base, like in that original, or I should say
Yeah.
in the edited version. So
But like here, it's like, oh, this is like tough because everyone
yeah,
looks pink and no one wants
right.
that. And I don't want my client to look at this, nor do I want the talent to look at this and go, why am I so yellow? Um, I know I'm clicking on this and other things are showing up. That's because I have B-roll on top of this clip.
Gotcha.
So
So when you click on these clips, this takes you
poor
to
vision. Let's
the
help.
timeline, from what I understand, right?
Yeah.
The location in the timeline.
Yeah. So like when I click, you'll notice as I click them down here, I'm pointing on my screen like you can see it down here.
We can
I'm
see
like,
it. Yeah,
what?
yeah, you're
Right
good.
here, right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Down here, you'll notice the timeline jump as I click
Yes.
across.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so yeah, and if I like to have this on the bottom personally
Mm-hmm.
because of how my brain works. But this is
Mm-hmm.
the essentials panel. I will adapt so you all can adjust and see the same thing as I am.
Fair.
Um, but like yeah, all of these clips are B-roll anyway. It's an interview with B-roll underneath. Um, I won't play the video now. We'll play it at the end when we see it all
Yeah.
unified.
Keep everybody waiting. You know, they gotta
Well,
earn it.
yeah, it's so we see it unified. So I'm just gonna look at my notes and see what
Yeah.
I've said and what I
No,
haven't
you're all good.
said.
While you're looking, I can call out some
Mm-hmm.
stuff in the chat.
That'd be great.
Neil, over on Behance said that it looks, this side of coloring looks very, very different. And also,
Mm-hmm.
Dino, a regular to Adobe Live, is here in the chat. Welcome, Dino. I'm actually curious, also too, if anyone in the chat, if you're tuning in, let us know where you're tuning in from. I am tuning in from Canada, so I'd love to hear if anybody's floating around. We got one from Scotland, so yeah.
And I'm from London, so
Yeah.
all together, we're just
It's like
around.
we cover the whole world.
Okay, I've had a look because I was
Mhm.
like, because I tend to overlap my talking points
totally
and then I get
understand.
lost.
The fact that you take notes, honestly, I'm gonna be so for real, Mandy. Way more responsible than I am. I just wing it. I'm like, okay, we'll figure it out.
No, I want to make sure people hear what I need to tell them.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So let's look at this space, I think, because this can be the big overwhelming thing for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Is what's going on here. We have the main window. This is what you'll see live, how your
Mm-hmm.
adjustments are having. There's some buttons on the bottom here we can like see the whole sequence playback if we wanted to,
Mm-hmm.
or we can click it and we'll just see that clip,
Right.
which is great. And we can switch, like, is that it? Yeah. No, this is the clip.
Create a speech with AI.
And this
Nice.
is the sequence. So when I play something,
The
you'll see
mastery
all the clips in
of the-
sequence in the sequence
Right.
in order.
Okay. And you'll be able to break it down kind of more individually. With
It's
that.
very tiny in my defense, that button.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, honestly, I see what you're saying though, and I think that's very useful too for isolating clips, right? Like especially if you're wanting to focus on something specific.
Something I also like putting in is the effects button into this window. It's not there right now. We can just drag and drop it in. To do that, you click this plus icon down here, zoom in right there, and you can just drag it into this little menu. And that means when you apply an effect, you can just click this on and off and it will show you.
Oh.
So actually, it's already showing you an adjustment that's on there because what's it done? It might be a previous Lumetri color thing.
Oh, sure. That's okay.
So this was what it was before.
Yeah, it's very yellow. very, very
It was
yellow.
all super, super yellow.
Wow, that is like a night and day difference already, though, just with the...
Yeah, it's mad. I wonder if is there something here? Okay, I'm just going to double check and get rid of everything.
So I'm kind of curious, too. I just want to pop in for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So you're typically someone, and I'm unfortunately forgetting the name because you just brought it up, for your... how your window is set up in Premiere, like the customization of your tools and things. Are you someone that changes that up pretty frequently? Like, I don't know what that would be called.
Yeah, especially if it's like for horizontal and vertical video. So if I was doing vertical video, I'd want to rearrange it so that I can see the window better, and then I'd move things around. I like to make spaces, and also I have a lot of spaces because when I do a live, I like to make the space that's relevant to what I'm talking about as opposed to searching for windows. That said, you can always make your own by going into the little arrow on the color space here, and you can just either reset it to a save layout that you had earlier and you're like, what did I do, I've messed this up, or you can move your stuff out around and click save as new workspace.
That's so convenient. I never change my workspaces, and I'm kind of curious, so I'm going to run a poll while we're doing this. I want to see if people actually change their workspaces. Like,
I do it all the time.
Yeah, I should.
Oops, I just did it there accidentally. I was actually trying to do it, but like I'm now trying to like move it back, and I'm like, oh, I've messed it up. What have I done? It's just my mouse has been a bit glitchy.
Oh no, I understand.
So if I go up to the space again, I can click Essentials, or I just go reset to save layout. Done. Back to where we are.
Hey, listen. So it was never broken.
It was never broken. I didn't do anything. Don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about. Play it cool. So down here on the bottom left, your tools are there. That's important because if I have time, I want to show you something. But if I don't have time, you can actually use masks and like correct masks.
For coloring?
Yeah, it's so cool. But this will depend on time because I don't know how much I'll ramble. So this is like a bonus. This is like a bonus if I get that. But you'll see clip and sequence. So you can apply something globally to the sequence by adding an adjustment, which is also known as an operation, which is very confusing with the language behind it. So basically, if you click plus, you can hit make a new sequence adjustment. And like these are like the reason the language is a bit mixed right now is because when you right click on different things, you might be like, what's an operation? So for example, there's an adjustment here. If I go to this clip and I want to paste it, so where was I actually? Let's go here. I'm going to click copy, go to this clip, right click, and all of a sudden you'll see all this language come in like paste as clip operations, and you're like, I don't understand, and we'll get there. But I'm just letting you know, there's the main thing that's new here is the lingo more than anything. Everything else you're kind of going to recognize in a different way. So I'm going to go back to the seeding one because there's the most of those, and I want to focus on those. Where's one that's not covered in B-roll? There we go. Oh, Vision. That's unfortunate. Let's help. There we go.
Oh, the thumbnail. Okay, I was like, huh. That's very funny.
I was just like, it's just a half blank. It's an unfortunate place. So if we want to make this adjustment to this clip right now, I would look at these different kind of controls that we have access to.
Right.
And something to note is it's a lot easier to grade these with a mouse. If you're not a mouse grader, you might want to think about being a mouse grader. I'm just saying. Because now these are dials that work with you either clicking and going up and down or holding and going up and down and left and right. So they have different things happening depending on where you hit on these axes.
Gotcha.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Right. So let's go to color and contrast. If I click on this, firstly, you'll get this new heads up display. This is the scopes. I love these. I like a light trace. If you saw at the very beginning, I had the legacy luma wave, which I actually realized I didn't need today because I was never looking at it. I was always looking at this one. But it's super useful. They've taken away information people don't necessarily need, like the weird bitrate stuff on it and all of this from the scopes previously. And they've added in something beautiful called a pivot. And I remember first when the Adobe team told me about this, because I'm not an expert color grader. I'm not. I didn't know what a pivot was because I never needed it. I was like a Lumetri color grader.
What is a pivot, Mandy?
So a pivot is a line on this graph. You can kind of see it through the orange. There it is. It's showing up a bit.
And it's highlighting
and when it sets that line, it will preserve the things below and play with the stuff above it. More. So that's me trying to simplify it.
No,
so if
that
I
makes
said
sense,
it a bit
though.
wrong.
Yeah.
So if I go up and down, you'll see how like that pivot line is preserving the mids there, right? It's not really moving those, but it's changing the up, the top and bottom because this is the contrast.
Right.
So this is baking a bigger dynamic range, but it's trying to preserve the middle without it going weird. I'm just going to undo that because that looks horrific. Whereas if I also now go left and right, you can see that pivot bar now is moving up and down.
Wow. Okay. That's
so I can go left and up, and that changes the contrast in a different way, and it's keeping actually that's not bad. It's not bad for someone that's just like chatting. So a lot of these dials work that way. You can also
Yeah.
switch them on, see the before and after. That's a bit too contrasty for me.
Sure.
So I'm gonna shrink that back down. Before, after, better.
I mean,
Right?
you're just showing the ease of use of like literally stumbling in as we're chatting into like, oh, this looks great. Like, I love this. Like, it's
Yeah.
simplifying in a way where I feel like not only is it going to be like less of a headache for videographers, but also like you're gonna be able to pump out more stuff. You know what I
Yeah, but
mean?
also if you've always wanted to do more with color, like the amount of
Yeah.
time, we'll get there. We'll get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
there.
Asterisk. Another asterisk.
Asterisks. Exposure, similar way. We go up and down. It's
Mm-hmm.
changing everything there. Left and right. You can see it's trying to be like how much the blacks do you want to preserve or lift
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in that exposure. So if I could just lift the blacks by going right, and I can bring that down by just going left, and then I could go up and it's making the whole image brighter, and I can bring it down and it's not doing that.
Right.
And it's bringing it back, even
Mm-hmm.
it is doing something. I'm just going to get rid of that for a second. Same temperature is the cool one. So before these used to be temperature and tint sliders.
Yes.
They are the same thing now,
Okay.
which is good in my opinion, because they all play with each other. And the amount of times I've been like, there's orange in that, but I could do with a bit more pink, but I have to then like separately manipulate those two things.
Yeah. Kind of working like different dials back and forth.
Yes. So the tint, as we knew it, is left and right, and the temperature is up and down. And you can see that on the display here that I'm now showing the heads-up display. It says temperature at the top in very teeny tiny writing.
Yeah.
And it says tint left and right. And if I click and move my mouse up, you can see this image gets quite orange. If I go down, it goes quite blue. If I go back to the middle and then right, pink, and then green.
These
and now I can go
so interesting floating around.
Yeah, and I can now go between them basically. Now I can go a bit down and a bit left, and it's going cyan, and I can go up and right, and it's going to go like a, I guess, red.
Yeah.
So like that's how these are working. Down and right is like pinkish, near bluer pink, and then green is always bigger on the spectrum. It's gonna be like a yellowy version of the green over here.
Yeah.
If I go up here. Ooh, I can hear my laptop for the first time ever. That's cool. I'm operating on an M1. It's due an upgrade this year.
Hey,
we're hoping
we can't
for
hear
a nice
thing.
Upgrade.
We can't hear a dang thing, but I understand. I'm rocking the M1 as well.
They're so good. It's only this year I've been like, oh, I might have to change this out. That's mad. So I'm just going to get rid of that for the moment. Something, and then I'll keep going with these styles so we know what they do. Balance. So do you remember, you might not because you're not a video editor as much, but in the creativity panel, there was like a dial that was like highlights and shadows. And this is kind of what that's playing with. Yes. So this is like, it's basically doing the same things. It's affecting just those areas. And this is doing it on a global scale right now. Whereas, and if I get rid of that again, down here, there is global. You can do it so it only affects the shadows. You can do these adjustments where it only affects the highlights, and you can see it showing you as well, previewing you those areas.
So it's auto detecting this stuff. Like
it's auto detecting. This is all. It is an AI, but it's like the good kind of AI that's like helping you.
So out of curiosity, in the past, if you were to adjust those things, would you have to like key them?
It was so hard. You had to like go into the curves and like really get nitty gritty with it. But you can even add more highlights and less. Like you can even go add more, add less, add less.
Right.
And you can do samples here of where you want, like what you want to affect, and go really into it. And also, by the way, you have saturation. So just generally up and down.
Nice.
Saturation. And then left or right on it, I think, as well. So
beautiful.
Yeah. Lovely. Oh, what did I do? There we go. I have a hotkey apparently there that I forgot about.
Oh, that's okay.
My bad. So if I wanted to go in, for example, now to the shadows, you can't affect the contrast because contrast does do the top and tail of an image, like of light. But you can do this exposure now and just only affect the shadow, like be playing with the shadows of like the exposure, which is kind of cool.
Right.
Or I can decide I only want the highlights. And now we're only playing with the highlights of the exposure. And that's really getting it nitty gritty as opposed to globally. And that used to be really, really hard to do. So I'm not sure I'm going to do a good grade today. Well, but I'm going to show you one I made earlier.
Hey,
like at
you're
the
doing
end. We'll be
better than I ever could. Let me tell you.
You can also see all of these independently, switch them on and off, or the whole panel, and see what you've done on the whole panel so far, which is great. Temperature, I think we can all agree this temperature is not great. It's just, let's see. I like to, sometimes I just move my mouse in a circle until it like shows me something nice.
Just a little.
Honestly, it's like, okay, that's too green. That's getting better. And then I'll just play around, because sometimes it helps. Like, that's definitely better than it was right there.
In our last stream where we were covering Premiere Color Mode, one of the things that I talked about is, I don't know what camera you shoot on, which might be a good talking point, but I shoot on a Sony, and Sony has, so you understand the cursed green.
It's greener.
Yes, especially if you're shooting people of color. They look sick.
Yeah, so that's kind of what's happening here. Also, I have a slightly green ND filter because I was filming in a dark room, so I had it on an ISO 12800, which means I actually need an ND filter inside a dark room. And also, it's a person of color, and I didn't want to like do them not justice.
Right.
He's gone pink. I had it, and then I stopped looking at the screen.
Hey, this is where we're bouncing around with the mouse. We're figuring it out.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the balance, seeing if I can rebalance parts of this image. Fine. And I'm only looking, this is only doing the highlights, which is why I'm so confused. Okay, hang on. I forgot what I was doing, so bear with me.
I distracted you.
There we go. No. I'm just trying to do a quick job so I can move on.
Yeah. I will mention here, just while we're kind of doing some quick adjustments, we're about halfway through, which I think is a great time to call out that if you're enjoying this, please like the video and also subscribe to the Adobe YouTube channel, because it helps a lot. And again, if you want to be a part of this and try this out for yourself, there are links down in the description. I'll drop one in the chat for everyone. So if you want to use it, you can, because this is a ton of fun. Even if you're not a videographer, being able to adjust color and, you know, kind of understand how these things align and how, you know, how temperature and balances and shadows and all these things work. It's very useful, I think, as an artist to understand these values, you know.
It's true. I'm going to go through the color shift next as a panel. The nice thing about the new clip thing is I decided I wanted to make adjustments all separately. I can rename this, for example, and just call that like let's say contrast, you know, or correction or whatever, you know. That was kind of what it is, like a correction layer. Maybe I wanted to do that. I hope I've spelt it well. And then I can be like, add a clip adjustment. There's stuff in there we will go into in a second, I promise. And now I can do color shift. I can rename this and go in and rename this the color shift.
And these are different filters that are kind of like stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, and I can turn each filter on and off then, and it all works independently. Or I could just put them all on at once.
Yeah,
there's a lot of flexibility built in here. Color shift, this thing, I think the closest we would have gotten to this previously was in the curves panel when you were really manipulating it. And this is so cool. If you're familiar with Lightroom, I think this has a lot of similar features that I love. So it decides what the dominant colors are here in the image. And you can see as you go through, it's like showing you them. So like there's not a lot of green in it. The blue is just the signs in the background, believe it or not. And the purple's the light leaking from the door. And then you're like, okay, this is his coat. And this is just kind of him in general. Like this is all the browns in the image. It's the wood in the background. It's a skin tone. Now, what his skin tone there and his coat, it's not bad, but it could be very dominating for some. So we can change the hue, we can change the luma, and we can change the saturation. These three things will work with each other as well. As you make things brighter, they're going to appear less saturated. If you make them darker, the luma, as it were, it's going to make it more saturated. So you can play with these till your heart's content. But something that's really fun, if you wanted to shift it, and I'm just going to choose him because it's a dominant color. It's really easy now to just go through and only change that color in the image.
Now he's
which
from
is
Mars.
super fun. Now he's from Mars. So we could do all of these things and play with it there. We'll go into the saturation shift. If I bring that up, it's going to make it super saturated. If I go left and right, it's going to try and bring more colors into that image to make it saturated. If I go, I can make it really narrow and only him super saturated, or I can like go the other way and make only him black and white, all those tones black and white, and you can see that the door is still pink and got the green logo and all
this
of
would be like for the crime documentary of like playing it back, you know.
Yeah, so I'm just going to do that. And then detail. Sorry that I'm rushing this. I'm just aware of time.
No,
and I have
you're
a lot
good.
I want to talk about.
You're crushing. Listen.
Detail. This is fun. So I used to work in beauty, beauty video a lot, and do a lot of commercials and that. And I kind of wish this texture button existed then, because you can soften skin a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit. So if you go up, you're going to get this new heads-up display that shows you the level of detail in the image. If you go up, it's going to make it super, like every grain on that camera is visible. But if I go down, it's also going to make it way too blurry, as if you've like smeared a lens. So
Vaseline lens.
Yeah, so like you kind of want to split the difference on that. I'm just going to get rid of that because I've gone so extreme I can't even tell what I'm doing. So if you wanted to make it a little softer, you can just go a little bit down and it will do it. Sharpness, also the same kind of thing, but it's affecting the sharpness of an image. It can make it a really blurry image, or it can make it, again, a very, it's all, sharpness is like the edges of everything. Whereas like texture is like literally every dot showing on that. It's the pores. So like now you can kind of blur skin a little bit, which is kind of cool.
Pretty good for the beauty industry as well too, especially commercials, things like that, like products. You want to, you know,
it could be great. So those are in the clip adjustments, and let's. I'm just gonna actually undo that because I can't look at something that sharp. It makes me feel weird. But let's make this super obvious. So I'm gonna go in and change these tones to be a different color. So he's gonna go a bit pink. Actually, I don't. If he's gonna go pink anyway, we might as well do the dramatic one. You can also pick a tone by doing the picker. So maybe we'll just pick. It is just, he is the same color. That's just, he made a coat. He got a coat that was the same color as him. Okay, so just to be dramatic, let's try this one then. It was being better about it earlier. There we go. There it is. We'll make him
like fuchsia. It looks like the whole.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't decide what I want because it's pulling a lot of the background in it, actually. This one.
and just for clarification.
Oh, it's a saturation? No.
Are we wanting to do this like more aggressive color shift to match the footage of them on stage, or what's the?
I'm gonna go and try and do all the interview footage clips that be the same. So I'm just trying to find an easy way to show you guys that it's doing it, but I'm being picky about it apparently. So I'm gonna make the image pink, like, you know what, I'm just gonna change the temperature of everything to be super pink, so you can just see. Not that it's a good grade, but so you can see. So if I wanted to do that, I could go to this clip, I click copy, and then I can just go and select all these other clips that I know are underneath and will be peeking through. And the last one, I right click, I go paste grade to selection, and I just can do place and replace because if there's something else in there, and you'll see all those clips. Whereas before it was like really annoying. It was like you had to go through and it didn't do it properly and all sorts. So that's a nice way of doing it. I appreciate that a lot.
Quality of life.
Live life. Let's go into this one, which is very yellow. You know what? No, we're running out of time, Mandy.
We're doing good. We're not bad. We're still at 20 minutes. So
I know, but I have so much.
Yes, that's fair.
And I want to fit in the object mask, and I have a Firefly board.
True. I can't see the notes, so listen. We're on your strict schedule. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna undo the pinks because of what I want to do next. So we're gonna go. Let's go to a nicer, prettier shot or something. Yeah, right. So this just looks good. It's kind of, I'm not sure if I have anything on there at the moment. I don't. So that's kind of just with a Rec 709 because I have Premiere set up that it applies the correct Rec 709 just because.
I love it.
It makes my life easier. But what if I wanted to apply so there's a couple of things we could do. When I clicked this plus sign, there was clip style and clip LUT. Now you can put things on a clip level or you can put them on a sequence level. In practice, it's very similar. So when you create a clip style, you just you get the option to whatever effects you have made, you can turn into a style. I've forgotten where the button is on that, but I know where it is in the sequence one. So there's two ways we can make the adjustments globally. If you wanted to do it across a sequence, there is just, as we did earlier, an adjustment, and you would be playing with these dials.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like to move on to styles for the moment. And now you get this brand new panel that, my bad, 2 seconds. And you get this brand new panel, which is the presets. That's where it is. And they all, like, it's basically all the presets that Adobe have already made for you, and then you can go in and change them. Mm-hmm. This used to have something similar in the creative panel of Lumetri. So, but they all had like Kodak blah 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 names, or Ice Blue was one.
To, like,
Blue Steel is one. I'm pretty sure.
Cameras and different styles.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna do a quick look and see and pick one that we can apply globally. Let's do a green tint. Why not? No, let's not. Oh my god. No.
This is very.
But you can see it applying to every clip when I do it.
Absolutely.
So I go through and I'm trying to see what will work for everything. Saturation boosts. I mean, we can go monochrome if we wanted to, because it's easy to see it all change and apply globally. But I like I am looking at these for the first time in a minute, because I usually go and add a LUT, but I'll show you that in a second. Let's for Pete's sake say this, right? Sorry, I swallowed wrong. No. You think you would evolve past that?
No,
but no,
especially live. That's just part of it.
And you can actually go in and now you see all these adjustments, so you can see that you can go in and make the color deeper if you wanted to, and it's affecting the entire sequence. You can go in and change that saturation, and it's going to affect the entire sequence. There's a theme. You can go in and change, I guess it's the balance on this and the tint or something, and you can, that would be great. And then like you have a contrast thing where there are S curves. It's made for you, so these things do still exist. We can go in and play with them by moving your mouse up and down, by the way, which can be a bit it always gets me at first, because there's two ways you can do it. You can click it and it moves, or you can hold and move it, and I keep forgetting the other one exists when I do the other. So fair. If you see me go, whoa, that's why. I can go click it and go up and down, and this is just changing the highlights on the curve, which is kind of cool. And your classic S curve, like it can go really dramatic, and it will affect, as you can see, everything on that entire sequence, which is really, really fun. Flare. Oh, this is what's causing that look. That's fun. So this is also a fun way of learning how to make your own kind of style as well. So we're going to go into that.
And from what I understand, these are a lot more customizable than like the Lumetri presets in the past.
Oh my God. All you could do with those is just kind of make them go from 0 to 100 essentially, or 200. You can actually build your own here. And if you like it, click plus. You can add things to it, which is kind of cool. Or you can save it as a style yourself. Here you go. You can copy this style, use it elsewhere, save it as a preset. So we can be like Adobe Live black and white. So I know that I didn't actually spend a lot of time on it. And now it's there. And now anytime I wanted to use it, if I go back into a sequence style and have my presets, it's there, the work we've done, and I can apply that across everything on every social if I needed to for this one client, because that's now their look.
So that could like be named a client specific project.
And which is just so cool.
And
you can go in as well and click that plus, and you get all the little modules to make said style, and it just works across the whole thing. I can also delete it if I don't want it across it. I don't even know what that is. If I wanted to use a LUT that I've been using for years, you can do that as well. Add sequence LUT. You'll recognize these. This is all the stuff that is there. They are. They still exist because they were LUTs. I like using this one. My friend gave it to me once, and I was like, I like that. It's a teal and orange, very classic, but it is very aggressive.
Right.
So I never use it at full whack, which is what it is here. I just go to the intensity slider and I bring it down all the way. And then I start adding it back. and being like, oh, that can look cool about there. And it is affecting everything.
Right.
Like now this has it on, and I can go in and turn it on and off over here in this corner. It's not showing you because that's the B-roll. Sorry, my bad. Oh,
there we go.
Cool vision. But you can see it on and off, how it
Yeah.
affects like everything I've done on a sequence level, how that is affecting him. And it unifies everything immediately.
Yeah, that's
to
incredible.
that. Just yeah,
so
which is
easier.
so cool. It really is. I'm gonna try and show before I go to boards, because I'll have to go to boards in a minute. I'm gonna go in and show with a mask. So you can go in with your new object mask.
The masks.
Ooh, it's confused because it's
it's looking at that bottom layer, maybe.
It's looking at the bottom layer. Yeah. So I can click this, click it.
And this is that object selection feature in that was added to Premiere, I believe, pretty recently as well, right?
Okay, yes. So I'm going to go back into the edit for a second and look at my effect controls, because it's probably an unassigned mask right now. And you want to make sure it's not an unassigned mask. We want to also get it tracked. And you know what? I might not have time for this today.
That's okay. That's okay.
Because what I would want to do is you then go in and you get it tracked here. So where's Vision performing? It's at the end here. It's here. Or is it? Do I use an earlier one? I used that one.
I think so.
So there's unassigned mask. No, it's the end one. It must be the end one. No, it's gone. Whoops. Sorry, it is again new software. Getting used to how to do it. But you can go in and use your masks, basically. Go in, click mask. Great. He's going to do that. We're going to track it back and forth. This is actually quite quick. It should be quite quick as well, because it's a small little clip.
A little bit of movement.
Just a little bit of movement. And if I wanted the rest to be black and white and him color, or him black and white and the rest color, there we go. Perfect. I could say invert this mask so it's everything but him.
Wow.
And like you can go into your color mode, or you can adjust it through the sliders and just be like, actually, I would like the saturation to be all the way gone. Turn this off so you can see.
It's
whoops.
So...
Where did it go? Where's my mask gone?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's exactly what I was talking about. Sorry, color effect.
No, that's okay.
You got to make sure that there you go. Mask is assigned.
It's so crazy how hard this keying and this selection used to be, just to be like, oh, I want to do this effect. This probably would have taken hours. Like what, 4 years ago, 3 years ago? To key out every single thing.
Crazy. But yeah, I love it. And you can see the mask there and that it's working too. Oh, I could pick up these people.
Other that's people. Fun. Like if you want to highlight one person, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. But yeah, you can like do this at a sequence level as well. And I like, it is just, you can apply LUTs to just individual clips if you wanted to. You could create your own styles. You can reuse them. There's a lot. There is so much happening here. I don't even think I had enough time to show you everything.
I mean, for what you've showed us so far, I know that I want to dive into this. Like I just want to play around, you know?
I feel like I have more control over the image than I did previously. Like even shifting hues, before I used to have to like color pick and find a specific thing, go into a curve and then like try and adjust only that bit in the curve, like that dot. Otherwise your effect. Whereas this is just so much more natural feeling. I really enjoy it. It's a good time. I need to talk to you about Firefly Boards, because I believe we have a link for everyone.
Yes, we do. And I believe I will be able to drop that in the chat, or if Jack could drop that in the chat for us, that'd be amazing, because I don't know if I can exit out of my windows right now. But yes, Firefly Boards.
Firefly Boards. Yeah, we've got a good 10 minutes. And if I have time, I'll go back to the color, but I want to make sure I talk about it. Basically, Firefly Boards the Adobe team have made a video production Firefly board, so you can like just have all your plans on one page at least, and then and organized in what do they call it, like a whiteboard situation,
like a mood board kind of vibe,
of thing. So here, like, you don't even need to make everything pretty. I certainly didn't. But like a storyboard, I won't lie, a couple of these were like, this is this is an AI. I think you can do it inside Firefly. You can do it inside whatever you prefer to do things in. I like things to look like sketches and simplified for a client when I'm trying to get them to understand what I'm doing. So a lot of these shots are in the video, but I did have like this and like I would like you talking. I didn't do this one, but I did this one. I was like room, person.
Right.
So it kind of worked out quite well. All of these are just from the video, otherwise following that style.
Yeah.
Trying to show you.
Sorry, go ahead.
As an illustrator, you might hate this, but like
no, I don't, because like, I think especially in these, I'm trying to think of how to say this sensitively without taking up too much time. I think especially when it's for, like, I say personal, but like just for getting an image across, a point across, like this is, to me as an illustrator, does not feel very damaging. Like, right, we're trying to communicate language to a client, and at the end of the day, is the faster you can do that, the faster that you can produce a product that continues.
I'm not going to lie though, like I would 100% hire a storyboard artist for a bigger client, because taking that getting the iteration I wanted took a while. We're still not there on Versco on any of these, absolutely none of these softwares, but like this is useful for if you are a entry-level freelancer trying to up your game and get that across to a client. It is super, super, super helpful.
Different budgets,
I knew what the location
like
was going to be. There's an example of what the lights is like at the venue, very pink. I can I zoom in? I can zoom in. It always takes me a second.
I think it's Command plus. Maybe. I hope I don't.
I think it is. Yeah, it's like Premiere. I did this yesterday by accident. I couldn't figure out how I did it.
The one thing that Ryan taught me is if you hold the space bar and you click, you can actually drag around your timeline. So if you want to like go to a specific place, you literally can just right now hold the space bar, click, and it'll take you down to the bottom part where the sketches are, up to it's very, very nice.
That's fun. These things are like, it was a very small basic shoot. It was me. The crew was me.
Hey.
It is what it is. So I knew I was going up to do interviews and kind of see the gang, who were very nervous, so aren't used to be on camera, but they're also like trying to be stand-ups, so like get used to it. And then I knew I went for the show, and that's where I got some of the B-roll coverage there. So I lined up my roll sheet, which is like a shot list really. And I did it like that. Like I knew on Friday I'm getting 4 interviews, B-roll session. I was speaking a lot of code. So I'm like, stage right, looking at deck is SR, wides, mediums, close-ups are all WM, and the code can be cracked, everyone. My gear list, it's like, this is actually not a lot of gear. This is like, I went in my little Toyota Yaris because that's what I got, and it fits in there seamlessly in my boot. So
it's just that
great.
Easy.
Yeah, the subject, this is good for me more than anything, because I want to know what I'm doing sometimes, and I'm just ideating. Motion, I was like, this is mostly logged off, or it's going to be run and gun on a monopod, because I like to save my back these days. Gimbals hurt me.
Yes. So I've heard.
I can't do it as much as I used to. I am genuinely destroying my hips. So.
Yeah. I mean, listen, save it so you can do more art. You know what I mean? Make it easy for yourself.
And then there is a there we go. There's like a little guide of what I knew this room is, because I've been in this room. I've performed in this room.
Oh, okay.
But like I knew what this room would be like. I knew like the lights aren't accurate. I just knew they had a giant purple light. So and I needed something that would let me do a purple light. Educated guess. And then my little MCs, because that's all, because I knew I wouldn't have time to set up a big light. So that is the God's honest truth. Wrong one. Too much. We went too far. Tones and colors, I knew I'd be getting audience shots, and one of the ones I was really inspired by is Hassam Minaj did a with the director. The director was a former Adobe creator resident called Tyler Babin.
I did not know that.
Off with his hairs. Yeah, his name's Tyler. He's rad. I love him. I worked with him on Creator Camp for Adobe over the pandemic.
Wow! Shout out!
He's incredible. Like such a genius creative. But one of the things he did is he placed Hassan on stage with 14 cameras or something around him for this special, and one of the cameras showed the audience from his back, and I knew that's the angle I was going to be standing at, so I was like, this is a good reference point of what I could try.
Too. Yeah,
I love that kind of thing. It shows the kind of like scale.
Yeah, the scope,
and also
100%.
Yeah, Josh Johnson has a lot of clips in every kind of comedy club, and he's also fantastic. I saw him in January. Very calm demeanor, and I was like, this is kind of what I want it to look like.
And this is the guy to the right.
The guy to the right, Josh Johnson. You might know him from The Daily Show in America.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen him from TikTok. He's very off
that's the thing. Everyone I know knows him from TikTok, and he's gotten huge.
He's so funny.
And then, like, this is the venue. If you guys were curious, like, that's the location. It's very cool. And lots of work in progress is there. And then, like, a storyboard presents the artist. And you can make these, like, you have the template to just add these in as a quick exercise of understanding what you're doing and where you're coming from. And you can also generate images in it, and you can generate video. You can add presets. It was very easy for me to add everything I wanted to, and it does, as I said, it doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to be useful,
quick, dirty, get the point across, and get you kind of organized.
I will spend time on visuals, so I have to make sure I'm not sinking stuff into a shot list.
Totally.
Because when I start, it must be the same.
Yeah, I totally understand. Well, we've got about 3 minutes left, and I mean, I feel like you wrapped that up with a perfect bow. Do you kind of want to give people a rundown, maybe like a tip-off point to let people know if they missed or if they're tuning in and want to watch the replay, what we did today? Because we covered so much.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember how to get back to this screen.
You got it. Easy peasy.
I was like, what's the quick short key for that? Because usually I just go to my hot corner, but that's such an old school way of doing it. So today we had a look. We glanced at the new color mode, and we saw how easy it was to adjust things, and went through. I can show you the other one, actually. The finished one.
The bonus.
Here's one I made earlier. Timeline. Color, is this it now? Oh, did I affect that one? Is that what was happening? I guess I did.
We were editing the already edited one.
No, I don't think we were.
Oh,
because I just think I did it. I just think I did it on that one clip, which will work either way. So if I go to the beginning, if I go to the sequence and not on a clip level, you can see, you saw how yellow it was. I did do these adjustments in here even earlier today.
I think this is incredible, because I feel that when you go for standard speaker training, you don't really learn this stuff. It's not about wanting to become a stand-up comedian. I think that's great, go for it if you want that. But it's about learning how to tell stories that make people smile and laugh. In a world where anybody can create a speech with AI, the mastery of the delivery, of the humor, AI can't do that. And if you can learn that, you stand out from 99% of other speakers out there. You get booked for more gigs, more people pay attention to you.
A lot of this is thinking, how can you communicate it without necessarily giving us all of the verbiage?
I'm taking this course because I'm also bringing these ideas into my LinkedIn. And it's working. I'm seeing people are responding to comedy so much more, so much better than just regular, boring post. Everyone wants to be entertained, not just spoken to.
Sometimes you're writing where you could be performing.
And if you're a speaker, if you're an educator, this is going to change your life.
Man, so good. First of all,
it's so much better.
Great
this one,
clip,
though,
by the way. Like, great edit. So fun.
There we go. That's the original of that one.
Wow.
Like, I recovered quite a lot of skin tone in that.
Literally night and day difference.
It was mostly like this color shift panel, honestly, that allowed me to do that. And now I actually, like, the guy on the left with the cap, literally, like, his skin is back.
Yeah, he's back to normal, not extremely pink.
Yeah, and then the crowd shot here, I think, was also just a bit, I wanted more contrast in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was very blue. But it's in a club, so you don't want to get rid of the light completely.
Sure, but you want it to feel a little more natural, a little more detailed.
This is my favorite shot, personally. I like Bo Burnham did a stand-up special with Chris Rock, and there's a beautiful close-up, and I just always want to do that now. but yeah, so we basically went through, we learned how to adjust color on both a clip level and a sequence level. We learned how to make our own styles. We learned how to isolate particular colors and play with exposure. We learned kind of what pivot was about.
We
gave a
we
very
learned. We learned.
we learn about pivot. That's
Yeah.
certainly something we did. We learn about texture and sharpness, and we learn how light was very briefly I tell everyone that the triangle of light between luma, saturation, and color, and how they interact with each other. Yeah. Do you know what's really interesting? I can see the stream and it looks less contrasty than my screen, and that's how much the Apple Gamma affects things.
Yep, that is correct. That is absolutely correct. But I think it looks great, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, from all these different screens. I'm going to just pop us back over to these heads up. And just want to say thank you so much, Mandy, for taking us through this. I mean, you
thank you
gave us so much information in the time allotted. Like, I feel like I learned so much, and in a very great way. You know, you explained it very, very well and very practically, and I'm sure people in the chat really, really enjoy this. And let us know if you did. You know, leave a comment. Definitely like it, of course.
Please do.
Yeah, and stick around for more Adobe Live. We've got a education stream coming up next, so make sure to stick around. We're not done yet, and hopefully we'll see you again on Adobe Live soon, Mandy. I really hope so.
I hope so.
All right.
I hope everyone has a great weekend, because it's the evening here, so I'm done.
Yes, everyone have a good weekend, and we will see you in the next stream. Bye, guys.
See you in the next stream. Bye.